Hello and welcome. Aquarister here, back with another video, and today is another farming video. Now, last week we did a sugar farm video, which applies to a lot of the different recipes out there, as well as the market price, which the market has dropped a little bit, which, that goes up and down, depending on the supply and demand of it. But today we are going to be looking at mint. Now, there's two main spots that I like to go to for mint. So today I'm going to show you those two locations so you can go out and start farming mint yourself. Before we fully get into today's video, I do just want to say if this video helps you out or if you just like it, please drop it a like. It really helps me out a lot. And if you'd like to see more content like this, including more build videos, farming videos, stuff like that, definitely subscribe to the channel so you are notified when those videos go up. Also, I stream throughout the week on Twitch and now on YouTube, so we are multi-streaming. So if you'd like to stop by a stream on either platform, definitely stop on by, say hello, lurk, anything like that. We would love to have you. But let's get into today's video. All right, so we made it to our first location where we are going to start our mint farm. So looking at the map here, we are in Windsword, just south of settlement here. And essentially there are herb spawns. You can see on my map already, there's a couple marked. And we're just gonna kind of start here, work our way up. There are herbs further south and all that. So really this whole Fury Bay area, you just want to run around and collect as many herbs as you can, but there are kind of two heavier spawn locations, which is right here where we're at. And then if you essentially just follow this path north, that's where you'll just kind of get the higher quantities. There's just a few, random plants spread out around here that you can also go for. But we're going to start over here. And we already have a few here. Now, obviously, it's not a guarantee that we are going to be able to get mint out of the plants, but we are going to just try to harvest as much as we can, get as much mint as possible. Again, it's still RNG and all that as far as if we're going to get mint. There's some right there. Now, it does look like someone has farmed this area because there's not quite as much as normal. But we can just keep moving forward. So what we'll do is follow this path here. This is going to lead us up there. And again, this is the beginner area. So some of you might recognize this area from the very start of the game, depending on where you started at the time. But yeah, it does look like someone has farmed this area fairly heavily right now. So timing wise for us was not the best, but there are still a few plants here and there. So we'll see what we can get here. And we are running full int. We are running full harvesting gear. Whether that actually makes a big difference for getting the mint or not, I'm not sure, but it really is not that much hassle to just run it and wear all the gear for the extra luck. I would assume that it does help give us a higher chance of maybe pulling, not heist up, but I'm not quite positive. There are a few other resources around here that you can definitely farm. But if you kind of follow that path and then just kind of keep running around following the roads, you will see more herbs. Again, herbs in general, it's kind of tough because there's not a ton of options when it comes to, very specific herbs that you're looking for. All right. So like I said, that whole southern area, you just want to run around everywhere and try to collect as much as you can. Someone has farmed it, so we're not going to go and hit up the whole area. For right now, we are going to go back to settlement, and I will show you the next location. So I will meet you at the next location, and we'll take a look at the map there. All right, so we are at the next location, which is in Restless Shore, and what you're going to want to do is go to this shrine right here, which I cannot, for some reason... There we go, Shrine of Sisyphus. That is the shrine that you want to go for. And then what we're going to do is just head north. You can see that there's already herbs that spawn right in front of us here, but we're just going to be going north towards Morningdale up there. So we want to kind of follow this path all the way through there and see what we can find as far as herbs. Now, again, there's normally herbs that spawn right around here, but people seem to be out farming them today. So then we can check. You always want to check around trees and stuff. A lot of times they will spawn around trees. But again, if other people are out farming, it does make it kind of tricky. I mean, that goes for any resource in general. I'm going to go up this hill, though. And again, we want to kind of run around the trees and stuff. The trees will... I can't say no to this. The trees will oftentimes have the herbs spawned around them. But again, if someone else is out farming, it can make it quite tricky to actually farm the herbs that you need. So yeah, right over here, there's one or two little herbs that we'll pick. There's some mint right there. Looks like more mint. And yeah, so we just keep running, keep checking around trees, because again, that's where the majority of the herbs will spawn. Occasionally you'll find some random patches, especially if someone like farmed the tree or something, it'll just look like it's in an open field. And we're just gonna run around and collect all the herbs around here. Now, there's definitely other herb locations as far as in Restless and Windsword and all that, but these are just the two areas that seem to have the heaviest location, like spawns of them. So that's kind of why I run around here, but as you can see, there's a lot of other people out here farming herbs, farming fibers, stuff like that. So there can be a lot of competition when you're out here. But unfortunately, with items or resources like herbs and stuff, you don't have a huge choice of locations to go and heavily farm it. So what I would do is go to either location and just see if there's a lot of people running around or not. The trouble with doing like the Restless area is a lot of people are going to be here for farming fibers and stuff. And a lot of times, like for myself, if I'm out farming fibers, if I see herbs, I'll stop and pick them as well. So you may run into more competition here in Restless, which if that's the case, I would just hang out in the Windsword area. It's a beginner area. There's not as many people running it consistently. Whereas in here, look at all the people that are farming all the other stuff, you know? So there is a lot more competition here in Restless. So I would maybe recommend, you know, checking this area out if it's fairly dead on your server where you can go and just farm it freely. This area is fantastic. There's a lot of little herb spots. And again, throughout the rest of the territory, there are other spots as well. It's just, these are the two favorite areas for myself because in Windsword, there's a whole bunch in a fairly small area. In Restless, there's a fairly, you know, of a whole bunch in a fairly small area. So if you kind of alternate between the two spots, you very well could get quite a bit of mint. We didn't farm that many. We only got a couple, you know, we got 5 pieces of mint, but we weren't even out farming really that much. I was just grabbing some here and there. So if you actually really dedicate some time to it and really focus on trying to hit the spots that aren't heavily farmed, I think you could come out with quite a bit of mint. But I mean, that's like $50 worth of mint right there. You know, they're going for about $10 a pop here on Marama at this exact moment of recording. But obviously prices will fluctuate over time, supply, demand, stuff like that. But that is kind of where I like to go for my mint. All right, that is going to do it for today's video. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Like I said earlier, if you do like the video or if it helped you out, please drop it a like. It really helps me out a lot. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel so you are notified when those videos go up. And then I do stream throughout the week on Twitch and now YouTube because multi-streaming is a thing that we can do. So I am live throughout the week. So definitely stop by a live stream, say hello, lurk, anything you'd like. We would love to have you. But that is going to do it for today's video. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.